Xbox got caught lying by the FTC. And you're probably wondering, what'd they lie about? And in general, a lot of things, but the main thing the FTC is accusing them of lying about is Game Pass. So remember when Xbox was desperate to acquire Activision Blizzard? So to get that deal to go through, Xbox made a bunch of concessions to the FTC. They couldn't lay people off, which they did, and they also couldn't raise Game Pass prices, which they also did, as you may be aware. And honestly, I can't believe anybody took their reasoning as to why they wouldn't raise prices. Xbox basically said, we're rich, we can do it forever, which we all knew was never gonna happen. Like, there was no way in the world they were ever gonna have Game Pass prices stay the same. That was never gonna happen. It's not a profitable business model at all. And there's a lot of Xbox fanboys defending all of this, and I really don't know why. Like, guys, to the Xbox fanboys out there, first of all, I don't care about your console. I just don't. I am on the superior system called a computer, okay? Now, it might cost like 4 times as much as an Xbox, but I don't have to pay for online, so that more than makes up for it. Anyways, Xbox Game Pass is a good deal as of now. I agree with the Xbox fanboys on that, but I don't agree with the fact that this won't cause an issue for the gaming industry, because it will. Game Pass is gonna cause problems for the gaming industry. If you can't see that, you're blind, or you look like this. Either way, it's the wrong opinion. And it is just the wrong opinion. Because let's look at Netflix and Disney Plus. What's happened to them over the last 20 years? Oh yeah, their prices have never-endingly increased. It's almost like this business model is bad. It doesn't work because it's literally based on people buying in and then raising the prices over time. That's all it is. If video games cost so much money to make, selling them for a subscription cost of $20 a month is not gonna make them any money. Especially since to get all these games on Game Pass, Xbox has had to bribe every single person on Game Pass. Because why would you sign up for a service that's gonna get you no sales? It's stupid. And there's this huge subset of people that defend it like crazy, and I don't get why. Actually, that's a lie. I do get why. They're part of the caveman tribe called Xbox. It's like literally it. It's literally caveman behavior. Anyways, that should be enough bait for Xbox fanboys. Also, if you're new here, subscribe and like down below. Thank you. I'm trying to hit 400K. I greatly appreciate it. The FTC called the new prices degraded. The cheapest model is a degraded experience, and the more expensive one is also a degraded experience because you're paying more for basically the same thing. Now, Xbox has defended themselves, okay? This is not a one-side thing, even though I personally think it is. Xbox has said it's not degraded, which of course they would, but they said the initial offering for Game Pass didn't have any multiplayer functionality. So this is obviously a step up. And I disagree, because I think Xbox Live is already a scam. Like back in the day when the PS3 and Xbox 360 were a thing, Xbox Live made some sense. Server stuff and online play was like really, really new. So it actually probably was a significant upfront investment. So paying for online then made sense to me. But nowadays, it makes absolutely zero sense. Even when I was a kid and Xbox 360 was prevalent, it didn't make any sense to me. Because before I got an Xbox 360, I had a really bad laptop that I'd play like, TF2 on and stuff, and the online was free. So when I got an Xbox and I had to pay for online, I felt really scammed, which you should too if you're paying for online. It is a total scam at this point. But yeah, I still think it's degraded because charging for multiplayer functionality is already in the scam zone. And their next argument is that Game Pass Ultimate is a better value because Call of Duty's on it now. And yeah, that's really weak. That's a really weak defense. They added one game to Game Pass. That's their defense for Game Pass Ultimate and increasing in price. I know COD's a big game, okay? But for the average person buying a Game Pass subscription, I doubt they care if COD's on it or not. And if they do care and want Call of Duty, they probably would have bought it anyway. I don't see how this is gonna help anything. It makes Game Pass look like a better value, but is it really? I don't think it is. And obviously this question depends on the person who's answering it, because someone who really likes Call of Duty is probably stoked that COD's in the Game Pass. But there's also a lot of other people that don't care about Call of Duty at all who are paying an increased price now that COD's on it, even though they don't care about COD at all. It's probably like 50-50 to be honest. I might just be underestimating how big COD is right now, but I could easily see half of Game Pass subscribers not caring about COD at all. And the last defense they had was it's common for these services to change prices over time. And I agree, Xbox, which is why when I saw Game Pass launch, I assumed it was gonna hit $50 a month at some point, because that's probably where it would need to be remotely profitable. And normally I wouldn't care, because at this point, if you're a consumer, you know that all these services are going to raise their prices. Enough of them have done it to where it is the most common thing in the world. If you didn't see that coming, you're either 8 years old or you don't pay attention to anything. And in that case, honestly, kind of base. But the problem I have with this one in particular with Microsoft is that they said they would never raise the price. And they said they could keep the price the same forever. What happened to that, Phil Spencer, huh? Like, I think it's pretty ridiculous that Microsoft can just lie and then go against everything they said and receive zero punishment. Like, I think this is stupid. In what world does a company not raise their prices for a service that bleeds them cash? Why would they keep it forever? So I don't even know why this was used as a defense or why it was accepted. But in my opinion, at this point, Activision and Xbox should separate again, or Xbox should be enforced to keep Game Pass prices low forever, because that's what they said they would do. They said they would not raise the price ever. They said they could do it forever. So how about we hold them to their word, huh? And if you're an Xbox fanboy right now, and you're sitting here like, oh man, no, we need to protect Phil Spencer. Why? This is for your benefit, bro. If the Xbox game prices stay low forever, you win these. But yeah, I really just don't like how blatantly they lied about it and then just went against their own word. Like, come on, dude. We knew you were gonna raise prices. I cannot believe you said you were never gonna raise prices. That's insane to me, Xbox. It's insane. And the FTC is also concerned that Microsoft and or Xbox will eventually make COD exclusive to Xbox, which would be a problem because that also goes against something in their merger, I'm pretty sure. And in my opinion, I think they probably will because it's the only hope Xbox actually has of maintaining any relevancy at all because they haven't done anything with the first party games at all. Like back in the day, Microsoft used to have a bunch of IPs that people love and they ruined that for some reason. I just hire people to make the games good, bro. I actually don't understand it. Like you're a $3 trillion company and you can't invest anything back into the company. It's insane. Like, is it insane to think that if Xbox just invested in Halo, it would do well and make them money? Is it insane to think about? Is it an insane idea? Like maybe instead of hiring contractors to do all the work, just get some devs who actually know what they're doing and have them make the game. But since Xbox cannot do that, I imagine they'll eventually try to get COD off of PlayStation or at the very least on Game Pass and then get Game Pass on PlayStation. And honestly, that might make a lot of sense because I don't see why Sony would say no. Because if Sony starts accepting Game Pass on the PS5, Xbox basically just held their own funeral at that point. Because if you can get a PS5 and get Game Pass on the PS5, why would you buy an Xbox? The PS5 has all the games that you can't buy on an Xbox, not the other way around. And as I've said before, Game Pass is actually a good deal, even though the price has increased. So I think a lot of people would buy it on PS5. But remember, the price is gonna keep going up. It is not stopping here. If you think it's stopping here, you are delusional. And the last thing said about the Xbox merger is Sony is currently unaffected by Microsoft merging with Blizzard, which is probably true. I don't see why that wouldn't be the case. Like, honestly, the only thing Xbox has done is hurt their own business and their own business model because they basically own all the studios in America and they have successfully taken away all of their game purchases. So yeah, this is not gonna work. I really don't know what they're thinking. It's not gonna work. The price of Game Pass is gonna get too high and people aren't gonna wanna pay for it. But the problem is, at the low prices, no one's making money, which is kind of the whole point of a business. And on top of Xbox having to pay for every single game on Game Pass up front because they don't make any real money, they also are paying for servers to host cloud gaming, which I'm assuming most people probably aren't using because cloud gaming is not ready yet. Internet in America is too slow. They say on the website that it's like 20 megabits per second, but like if you know anything about internet speeds, that is not enough. It is not. I don't know why they put 20 megabits because it's gonna really just piss people off, dude. Like if you buy this and then it doesn't work, even though it said it would, you're just gonna be pissed off. The idea of Game Pass is good. The execution is not. And I don't really see a world where it could be good in practice because as all these game publishers say themselves, games are really expensive to make now. And I don't see how they could price Game Pass to a point where people will still tolerate it and pay for it and then also make money. I don't see that happening. But you should see us react to old Nintendo ads. Some of them are really bad. Here's a clip.
Wait, touching is good? This is horrible. This is horrific.
Imagine you're a 9-year-old boy watching Sunday morning cartoons.
This is literally a console for children, Nintendo. What the? So yeah, click the answer to check that out. Like and subscribe if you're new, and have a good one.